Welcome back to another episode of On a Mission, where we highlight those who are on a mission to make an impact. I'm Morgan Allen, joined today by Reverend Rueben Dockery with the Dockery Christian Academy. Reverend Rueben, how are you today?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again for having us.
Yes, absolutely. So you have a niche Christian school that you are developing for a special group of men. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. So, our primary purpose is to be a respite for young men who are currently attending public schools in Nashville, Davidson County, Tennessee. But these schools are on the priority list because they have failed to meet annual yearly progress in things like reading and math and other subjects. And our goal is to, largely because of behavioral issues and socioeconomic barriers or factors. So, my background and experience as a former special education teacher and so forth, as a pastor, a nonprofit founder, and in other roles have prepared me to come up with this research-based model to address those specific needs and to provide academic as well as social and Christian-based instruction. So that's what we're aiming to do.
That's incredible. And I'm sure, so it's 50 young men who get chosen in around seventh grade, and then you take them all the way through senior year of high school. Is that
Absolutely.
correct?
That is the first cohort. Yes, ma'am. This is our first year. This is our very first year. This is not my first year, first rodeo, but this is
Yes.
our first year with the school. And
Gotcha.
so, Lord, be our help, and your listening audience, help us. We'll start with our first group of students, which is 50. That's our first cohort of students.
Mm.
Each year after that, we will add no less than 50, but between 50 and 100 as we progress every year. We begin our first year, our inaugural year, with 50 students. Yes,
And
ma'am.
I'm sure that is just going to motivate some of these students because they're going to be like, I'm chosen. Like, I'm one
Absolutely.
of the 50. And that on top of things, like the way that you're going to run this program with God interwoven in the
Absolutely.
curriculum,
Absolutely.
hopefully it really changes some lives.
Absolutely.
So how have you structured your curriculum to be more faith-based, especially for the younger ones?
Great
How are
question.
you going to make that work?
So our whole approach is interdisciplinary, which means if we're teaching subjects like social studies, history, reading, math, science, we want to connect that to God's word and the reality that these young men face every day. So every time there's a subject, some kind of way, each of those are going to be tied in, and part of the instruction will be based on, or when we start doing lesson plans and things of that nature. First year, I'll be doing most of the teaching, and we'll be adding new teachers. They will be trained to design their lesson plans to connect all of those subjects under one umbrella. And we believe that that is the best way to teach young men first that you're made in the image of God, and as such, you deserve to be successful like anyone else, academically, socially, wherever you are in the world.
Oh, I love it so much. It starts with identity first.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you teach that and you weave in, science and the Bible, it all comes
And life.
together and it builds in life.
And life
And
in
it
general.
creates this foundation for
Absolutely.
such a beautiful walk with God and an increase of knowledge.
Right.
And just a way that you carry yourself is different.
It's
So
so
I love
important that they understand. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's
no,
important
you're
that they
fine.
understand that you're made in God's image and you're not what society and what the labels, even if you have engaged in inappropriate behavior, you're not what some negative labels say you are, but you're the image of God and there's infinite value in you. And that's what we
Yeah.
strive to bring out.
Yeah, we have all sinned and we all fall short of the glory of
Amen.
God. And and God died or Jesus died for all people.
Amen. Amen.
So I love
Even
it. So
a fat
what
head like me, Morgan.
oh, you stop it. So what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, we're looking forward to engaging further. Again, as I said, we've done this before in different capacities through the nonprofit organization and as a pastor now for almost 30 years. Now we're happy to be able to use the platform of an academic institution. So we're looking forward to bringing our parents in. Each of them will be required to do at least 24 hours of orientation with us. The idea is to have them become partners with us in this learning journey, in this process. So we're very much looking for it. But money is key. Money is key.
Yeah.
And so we are asking. I have a watch on, and this is a watch that everybody that becomes a founding builder. And what that means very simply is you're not just giving money, but you are a part of a startup for the school, for this first cohort, the first year, and through the next 6 years. Your contribution, $250 specifically, 13,000 people doing that, will allow us to guarantee these young men that when we start with them, we won't end until they graduate. They'll walk across the stage and you will become a founder. Now, we are working to raise funds in other ways and what have you, donor advisory funds and so forth, but this is our specific ask to God's loving people to help us with that. A special thing. And when you do that, we're going to give you one of these watches right here. It says Dockery Christian Academy. It's a Dockery Christian Academy thing. So
it's the Dockery Christian Academy Founders Watch.
That's absolutely
which is special. That's
founding
cool.
builder. You become a founding builder.
A founder for only $250. Like that's cool. That's
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to be one of the people who's getting this message out there.
We appreciate that. We really do.
I am grateful for you and grateful for the work that you're going to do in these young men. And that's going to change the fabric of society, to be completely honest. That's how it works, that domino effect. I love it. Reverend Rueben, thank you for so much for coming on the show.
It's our pleasure. We thank you for having us, and we look forward to, again, moving forward.
Yes, likewise. And viewers, thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you want more information, head on over to dailynewsnetwork.com. We have all of this information and so many other profiles right there. We'll see you in the next episode of On a Mission.